Police officers know their job is dangerous. Every day going to work could be their last if they're involved in the wrong situation. One deputy in Simpson County did end up at the wrong house on the wrong day on March 10th. But living to tell his story is something he's extremely grateful for.
Eddie Lawson has been in law enforcement for more than a decade, and those years have left behind hundreds of stories.
Third police shooting I've been involved in.
But his latest tale
Gosh.
also left behind scars.
This was an entry wound to my femur, the one that shattered it and dislocated it.
March 10th is a day Eddie will always remember, but may like to forget.
From the point that I walked up and told him that we had a warrant for his arrest, that there was no further words exchanged between he and I.
Cherry Street in Franklin. The detective was serving a warrant to Ben Wyatt, meeting him near the back of the house. Moments later, Lawson was staring down the barrel of a pistol.
His firearm come out and he started firing at me.
Eddie says his training kicked in, telling him to get to any point of cover he could, fast.
I remember when I was returning fire and diving behind the tree, that's when I felt the first round that hit me in my right femur.
Eddie was shot 2 more times before hitting Wyatt with a round of his own. Wounded, Wyatt ran from the house and Eddie tried to make chase. And that's when he realized the extent of his injuries.
I tried to get up, but this injury in my femur, it was so critical that I couldn't move.
Helpless, lying in the rain, all the police officer could do was wait.
It seems like hours.
I render first aid and I start plugging holes.
One of the first people at Eddie's side was a familiar face, not only a high school classmate, but his chief deputy at the sheriff's department.
People have a certain look about them, shock, terror, scared, and Eddie had all those.
As the two said a prayer, Eddie was loaded into an ambulance, thinking it may be one of his last moments alive.
I thought he had hit the artery, and I thought, I thought the worst.
Before even reaching the hospital, the deputy received a double dose of good news. He was going to survive, and Ben Wyatt had been arrested. Surgery was next for Eddie, and the weeks following have been hard with rehab and also limitations. But he says it's better than the alternative.
There's a lot of people out there a whole lot worse off than I am. I mean, I could have easily been killed.
The man who Eddie says tore his body and his life to pieces in an instant has pleaded not guilty to the crime.
Are you angry with the person who did this to you?
No. No. I just, I don't really think of him much at all. I'm mainly concentrating on me getting better.
Only able to put 20% of his weight on his right foot for the first time since March, he considers it progress, and with a little positive energy, a step at getting back to what he does best, protecting Simpson County.
I'm going to be okay, and we're just going to get back to work and continue on.
Eddie says doctors haven't told him when he'll be able to fully walk again without some type of help. He's eligible for retirement, but his time off has him anxious to not only get back to work, but also to do some more bass fishing. As for Wyatt, he'll be in court again in August, and Lawson says he may be there too.